Okay, and we're live. So, welcome everyone to our second gaming demo night. Really excited to have another awesome project with us, either this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever in the world you're tuning in from. So, yeah, my name is Kate. I'm the community lead for Axelar. You've probably seen me in the Discord, the Telegram, and yeah, these demo nights are basically to showcase projects that we've partnered with, really cool integrations that we're excited to be working with, and to showcase to the community the really cool things not only that our projects are building, but how Axler is playing into their cross-chain journey and how we're kind of helping them achieve universal or partial interoperability, depending on what's best for the project or the game. So, without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the Eldarune team, and if you guys can introduce yourselves.
Hello guys, I'm Tarek. I'm one of the developers, also co-founders. So we are working on Eldarune for a long time. We plan to release it on Web 2 first. We were invited to Gamescom on 2016, and we had a game on Steam. Uh, Before the early access finishes, we decided to bring it to the crypto because it was something new and exciting, and we wanted to be a part of it. So also Massimiliano Bussi, he's a very close friend of mine. Also, he was developing another game like mine, an open world game, and it's not released too. It's named Cart. It's still on Steam. They didn't release it. It has so many abilities. We decided to merge our abilities in here, and thanks to Axelar, we believe we have a great game. And with the Axelar, we are going to uh, connect both AVAX and Polygon systems together.
Awesome.
So about the game, I can continue if you want to ask anything or
Sure. Well, let's start.
interrupt. Yeah.
Dora, in the box below me, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm from the marketing team. I'm here to help and take over if something is needed. When he is playing the game, he will be streaming the game with the newest additions. So he might not be able to explain everything while he's playing the dungeon or fighting monsters. So I'm here to keep up and keep up to explain things, and I can actually keep on going introducing the game if that's okay. I mean,
Perfect.
the
So,
basics.
yeah. So, if you're good, you want to share your screen, and I'll let you guys take it from here.
Okay, I can continue from here if you like. First of all, I would like to start with our desktop application. We are going to have one on the mobile side too. Both, it's not easy to release a game on a mobile market. So this is our client. Actually, we are going to release our client, not the game. So, guys, you are going to download it from here later. Of course, required attachments after required attachments added by Axelar. So in here we have a client. We are going to have more than one games in here, but tonight we are going to talk about Eldarune. Uh, Eldarune is working with the it's connected with our client. Without this connection, it's not going to inject the required items. Actually, game is empty totally. So it's for protecting the security part of the game. So we have four type of gameplays. The first type is Souls-like game. I will show it. Normally, I should show it first, but I would like to start with the dungeons part, because dungeons part is the heart of the economy. Since it's a crypto game, I believe people are going to first, they need to hear this part. The clan boss part is the social part of the game. It's some kind of dungeon, but instead of killing many mobs, you are just killing a bigger monster. The arena part, it's the part that players are going to kill each other. Saying in online, saying it's online is a little weird, but it's a game. So let's start with the dungeon part. I'm directly showing you the game inside the project. I even didn't build the game. So there will be some stages in here. They're all working. The left part is empty because after the release, we are going to put the ratios of the drops and the items and the characters what are going to drop from this dungeon. You are going to be able to see the percentage of the drop rates. And here we go. So we have an ugly autoplay button in here. We will replace it, of course. With this story, these three characters are coming. Elora is one of the main characters. Since the rarity shows the general colors of thanks to World of Warcraft and that kind of games, MMOs, we learned these colors. You know, orange is the mythical and the legendary, or so purple one is the epic, and it continues showing these colors to blue, green, and gray, which shows the rarity of the items. So we just completed the legendary guys because we are going to use them in our single play campaign mode. Since campaign mode is story driven and our characters are talking, so you are able to play a Witcher like game in there, an action RPG. You will we finish those characters first, and this is Reda, this is İlker. uh, İlker is one of our developers backend side, and he's also working in the business side too. So those people are in real life. You can check our Twitter, play Eldarune, to see how he looks exactly the same to himself, including Gökçe. Gökçe, if you are watching, hello. So Gökçe is another friend of ours, also observer, uh, one of our friends. So what I wanted to show is you are going to create, you will be able to buy a special NFT. It's going to be very rare. Maybe you need to win some competition in tournaments. So you will, when you have that NFT, um, you will have on your face. Not every player, but these winners are going to have these special characters to remember forever. So let me show the general gameplay. We have just one type of armor. Why we don't have many armor types like Diablo and that kind of games? It's very simple because these guys have real value. So we cannot bring more and more and drop the real value of the what player owns. This is something we don't want. Instead, you're leveling up your items. To level up one item, you need to burn 512 items to make it maximum level. It doesn't mean lower levels are bad. So actually, people will compete on these items. So this is the dungeon part. This is where you are going to get your items. So let's start it. A little more gameplay. I'm going to take Himari and maybe Plague Doctor. I'm trying to pick the cool guys that I prefer. Okay, let's continue. Now our team is working this loading stuff to show them. So I'm able to play any of those characters, and as you see, they are very realistic and they have a fine art. I would like to say hello to all my art team from here. So let's pick another one. So this is the details. I'm playing on Unity editor. I didn't even build the game because if there's a mistake, a bug, I don't want to. I can solve when I turn on the sharing my screen. And so all these guys have 2 or 3 abilities. What does this mean? Think about the games like League of Legends. The characters have these skills from the start, so you cannot change them, but you can upgrade them by adding some books. Skill books are needed, and you're going to earn them from clan boss, or you can buy it from other players because since it's NFT, everything is sellable and rebuyable. So what am I doing here as a tank? I'm counting the other my enemies. So squishy characters are not getting smashed. Another good part of the she's good at this. I didn't show you Katerina. So she's our ice mage. Plague Doctor. He was a bad guy, but he joins the forces of the Alec. In the campaign part, you're going to see this story. He's healing and blocking the enemies' healing abilities, which is very important. Also, our desert nomad Reda is good at doing AoE damage, and it's important to use it uh, to make a critical attack from the behind. So this is level 1. Of course, everything is going to get harder and harder. Let's not finish this one and abandon the dungeon. Now, this information goes to my backend, and they're just collecting the info. If player has any problems, we can track it. Let's make the game play itself. Why we have an idol? First of all, we have a cool game. With different characters, we have different skills. You can collect these characters and you can play as you wish. But on the other hand, this is like a Baldur's Gate or Dragon Age style game. It's cool to play 1 or 2 times, but we're talking about crypto, so you need to grind it. This part, autoplay helps you about it. And soon we are going to finish our mobile version. In this version, for example, you're a corporal worker and you have your telephone. So you just need to click it 1 or 2 times, or as you see in here, I don't know if you see my cursor, there's a number. It's not 9,999 now, but of course it's going to be much more than this, less than this. So you will have this autoplay chances, and instead of clicking it, hey, autoplay, it will automatically play 25 of them or 100 of them. Just you need to design your team, put the right items, put the higher level items on them, and book them to improve your skills inside the game. Let's take some different characters. This guy is cool. Okay, let it Eldarune play it. So autoplay side is working perfectly too. Also, our game is 4K. Of course, you cannot play it on a telephone like that, but on PC you will be able to play the game with very high graphics. Is it needed?
Sorry to
No. Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. We got a question
yeah,
here.
of course.
Someone's asking about the like the mods and the different kind of add-ons. Are these NFTs, or are there plans to make them NFTs? So as a game player, can you own these, or are these kind of or is there plans to have you be able to kind of own the skins and the mods in the game?
And they will have so many different skins. And for example, some skins will be just one. Imagine you have Elora character. You're going only you will have it, just one of them,
Okay.
and there will be 100 and 1,000 versions of it. 1,000 versions, you will be able to grind the game, and especially the PvP part, you're going to get it yourself. The 100 part, probably it's going to be buyable, but for the first one, it's not going to be buyable. You have to achieve something.
Oh,
For
okay.
example, so it's we are just showing the respect to the players first, then
Nice.
the money. Of
Oh,
course, money is very important to
yeah.
return it to the crypto users, because this game is more than play and earn. It's play to invest, because as a developer, I don't find it's a loopable thing all the time. Yes, people can earn something for some time, but we are planning for 21 seasons. So if you win, and there are ways to win this game, for
Mhm.
example, play with your clan. I'm going to show you the PvP part of the game. It's like an MMO, so people are going to kill each other. For example, I'm an old person, I'm 43. So I don't have the nerves, and I'm talking about the physical nerves. It's they are not that fast like a 15 years old. Or
Yeah.
as you see, I'm working 16 hours a day for the project. So when I will compete with these people, so but I have some strategies in lifetime. Maybe my hands are not that fast, but I can play with my team, with my clan.
Mhm.
And when I bring my so it opens a page for scholarship. I
Okay.
can bring someone to play for my clan. So it works like this. uh, so economy turns about like this. So what creates the scarcity is you need to burn your items to make them greater. And we will bring more seasons. On the items you are going to, for example, you need fire resistance, you're going to add your fire resistance yourself.
Mhm.
And in PvP modes, and some of PvP modes are very brutal, you're going to lose everything on that character. Or win the other players
Mhm.
everything. So it's your choice.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah. Any more questions? I'll just hop in and kind of ask you as you're playing along. But yeah,
Okay,
thank you for that.
let me show the campaign mode. It's going to show you some abilities that we have. Let's make a restart for the game. So Elora character, we are giving the first three characters in here. They're able to speak. We have some voiceovers, but they are just they need some cleanup before the release. But they're actually talking in here. So all the quests have some voiceovers. And in here, we want to players feel themselves like it's a Web2 game. We wanted to bring fun and crypto together, blockchain together, and but the numbers of the players in blockchain is very limited. But I'm again underlining, thanks to Axelar, it's seriously big job to bring more players to this game. So uh, you will start like a single play mode. You will start it, and at the end, you will learn how to fight, because this game requires skill for PvP. And imagine a player who comes from Dark Souls, and another player comes, I don't know, from Mario. The Dark Souls guy is going to destroy the other one, and they will say, "Hey, I didn't know that skill. I didn't play that game because this is Alec. He's in a very bad shape. I think he had some bad days in here." So this is our ship. our ships are going to be NFTs. So to go to one of the dungeons, some of the dungeons, your clan needs to buy one of these NFTs. If you cannot buy it, you can rent it. So the owner of the NFT is going to have some rent, and everything inside the game is interactable, and more than interactable, it's physical. Something is happening in here, not just the typical gameplay. Of course, many games are doing those kind of things these days. I did, and there was a bug in here. I hope I solved it, or you're going to see something funny. Yes. Okay. Let me stop sharing my screen, and I will fix it in seconds when I'm talking. So, in general, the campaign mode is to teach players what to do in there, which skills they should use, and which magic they are going to use. Because our character, our protagonist, is able to cast magic, and he's able to do any skills the other characters can do. So when you're collecting something, you play the campaign mode, you're going to know what you are going to do about it.
Right, there's another question that we got. So right now, you're on or planning to be on 2 chains. Is there plans to integrate more chains in the future, or is it just going to kind of live on Avalanche and Polygon?
Doruk should answer this one because I'm a big head, very busy with this development stuff.
Yeah.
For me, if you ask, I want all of them. Since we are able to do it, we need more players. That's the fact.
Yeah, of course. I mean, while he is actually doing some tweaks on the game at the moment, just to have us a better experience. Let me go through that. Yeah, of course. We don't have a specific chain that we want to focus on because we think that we are actually building a game to embrace all the players around the world. We are not focusing on some investment tool like hidden under a game skin. You know, most of the GameFi projects acts like some investment tool offering really quick return of investment rates to the players. They act like a game, but they're actually not. They offer too little value, actual value to the players. So we are actually building a game, and what drives a game's success is a big community. So that means having more chains on board, which actually a best way to do it with Axelar probably. So we are definitely will move on with that. And it's like, in my opinion, it's like more cellular networks back in 90s. If you wanted to call another network provider, you just had to pay extra, or the service
Yeah.
quality was terrible. And I think the same goes for blockchain technology as well. We will have no differentiation with partners like Axelar. So with this help and integration services, I think moving on different blockchains will be such an easy job for developers and players. So we will hopefully have more in the near future.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, user experience is definitely kind of one of the big things, especially in gaming, right? Which is like, Web3 blockchain based gaming is so new. And you have a hugely scaled gaming community that's coming from the Web2 world. And, I think, and I'm sure you guys will agree that the key to adoption is that seamless user experience from going from Web2 to Web3. People want the same kind of graphics, they want the same kind of user experience, and if you can have the added bonus of actually owning the assets in the game, right, and owning the skins, the mods, and then kind of opening up new avenues of commerce in the games, that's how you're going to onboard the next kind of the next million or billion users to gaming. But so far, this gameplay, and everyone in the comments as well saying this gameplay looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for that, for the opportunity as well. And as you mentioned, that there's a big potential for the from the Web2 community, and what Web3 actually needs right now. If you one of the biggest issues is that the community is too little and the market is just too shallow and susceptible to any fluctuation
Hmm.
whatsoever happening from that can be a token price decrease or just some hype going down rapidly. And in order to prevent that, it's just better to have more people on board playing your game and having fun. They are not they shouldn't be worrying about the token value at first as their as a prior concern, but more like a fun experience, and that's what we are trying to achieve here.
Awesome. Are we ready to add the live stream back into
Yes,
the?
it's ready. Actually, I was playing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'll hand it
Actually,
back over to you then.
I killed so many guys. Very cool.
Oh, we
I'm
missed it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll hand it back
Oh,
over to you guys.
I even managed to kill myself. And okay, let's start
The
over.
games are
So let's start over. Dork, it's better you continue, mate, because
okay then.
I'm having a problem here.
Okay then. We can answer some questions. Let me just go through the comments here. Or I think I can't see any, but if you have any, Kate.
Yeah. So the ones that I've seen, I've just been kind of um, asking them as we go. If is there anything else, in terms of like maybe what's coming up, what's going to be dropping, some I think alpha is
Yeah.
what people call it, some kind of like big
Yes.
coming. You got
This this Friday we are going to. Of course, after I missed this armor bug, I wear some items on my character, and his skin is disappearing. So it's very. So that's why I'm always turning off. That game is working good. That's just a visual bug we have in here. So about that, in this Friday we are going to release the dungeon version. We already our campaign mode without this bug is playable. So if you want to test it on Friday, or you can jump on today anytime. We are not shy about sharing our game even in the bad mode, because we believe in our product and we want to grow with our community, because we are gamers. And I don't want to say the other games on crypto universe are bad or something like that, but I wanted to see something, and my friends, we wanted to see something that we like to play, an RPG, and we want to have some game nights together with our friends by playing with guilds, clans, and from the our older experiences on MMORPGs, raiding some dungeons together. We want to do this. So far, nobody did it. Um, so we decided to do it ourselves. What they are going to see, we added some ship fights. So ship to ship, you can do some PvP. We are going to share that modes too as soon as possible. And what else is coming? Um, Besides the ship fights, we have dragon fights. Dragon fights are going to be very small scaled, so don't dream something big. And I don't want to promise something that it's not going early. So scale is going to be 4 or 5 people, 4 or 5 dragon owners, which it requires NFTs too, by the way. And also we are going to have some challenges to grow the groups about the aerial fights, because as you imagine, people are making character controllers for a long time for people, a human character, but with dragon we are going to get some other challenges, and making it online more than 5 people seems a little absurd for us. It will require some time. By the way, you can share my screen if you're able to, so I can show the other details. So Elora, this is the first character you are going to
Sorry,
see.
I don't see the screen being shared to add to the screen.
Okay, let me share again. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Okay, this is the ship, and this is our like main character. He's a superhero almost because he's able to use any skill and any weapon. He's our mentor. We are going to get the quest from Elora from here, and so it's like classical RPGs. She's just lacking the voiceovers yet. We have an alchemist bench in here, but we need to learn some skills from this guy behind that this guy. But of course, we have to save him first. He is in some kind of enslavement. Uh, like typical action RPG games, you should always follow your enemy, and grunts like this don't protect their backsides that fastly, so we are going to use it uh, on our advantage. And I must warn you about this, we don't have anything to turn off blood yet, so it's a little brutal in here. I think we should tell it to the players too as soon as possible. So in here I'm trying to save the slaves. There will be 21 other seasons. Why 21? As I mentioned, we made 2 other open world games, and we have the environment designs, character designs. They made in PBR technology. And we need to upgrade it to HDRP. Uh, it's not a big deal. Easier than making a design. So, by the way, people are working and sending me some stuff. We are working on Slack. Maybe I should this time. The last time I forget to drink my potions. We have great musics, by the way. I don't know if you know about Deniz Bijan Rahimi. He's a very great composer, and he made great musics. About the music and the artwork, we are very lucky. We are not using stocks. They are all house made. Of course, there are some placeholders since this is a startup, and we are going to replace them as soon as possible. Simple things like some user interface elements, some simple items from other creators for a short time. But the rest of the things, all the characters and like 99% of everything, just designed and modeled by our art team. Also, I would like to talk about Jihan. Jihan is a great digital artist. He's working on this subject 20 years. He's creating our NFTs. He's making our illustrations, and he's helping for the environment design. So our modelers are getting huge help from the palettes, color palettes, and everything else. About the game, the Alec character is going to have some new armor, new skills, but single player part mainly is for teaching you and for making teaching you the story, lore, like a Web2 games. So when you have Eldarune, you're going to have 4 games, not one. And in this part, of course, when you finish, you are going to get some NFTs. And on our testnet, this game is running already, and almost half of the players finished the game. I'm proud of it. It's a very good ratio because it's a very hard game. I must admit it. As a developer, I already died many times. Uh, I already died in this stream, by the way. So player types are changing, enemy types are changing, developing. actually, because of the story, we are fighting some enhanced humans by magic. So they're big guys. I like not that small actually, but these guys are bigger. So we have a background. We have a nice background story. We did our best. We have a small book about it. Doruk, how is the book is going? I couldn't. Uh, when you are going to share it? Can we say in 1 month?
Oh yeah. We are going to have a very large storybook, consisting of all the backstories of the characters and the whole story of the Elimias world. So you will have a better grasp of the situation, what's going on in this world, and what with the characters and Alec, which you are actually going to be experiencing throughout this campaign mode and through Alec's journey. But we will provide you more details on the storybook, and probably in 3 or 4 weeks you will have a complete storybook if you want to take a look. So that will be a, a little bit teaser for you to have a better grasp of the world history. So yeah.
Uh, as a developer, time to time I pity the NPCs because they cannot do the side quest and get some more potion. I think it's not it's not right. We should give them a chance to complete the quests and add some potions to themselves. I think I I started to change sides after playing a lot and creating games. So yes,
So we can take questions actually from now on from the community and answer some specific things maybe. How about that?
Okay. So yeah, thank you for this playthrough and kind of giving us a little bit more insight into like the lore, what's coming, all of the add-ons. This is really, really cool. Um, I think one of the kind of it's a more I guess broad question, but you know with with the integration with Axelar, you're on two chains right now, right? Avalanche and Polygon. So when we say going, bringing your game cross chain, what does that actually look like or mean for users, like in practice? What does that like unlock and what's the value that, the opportunities that they get from the game being cross chain?
Okay, so they might want to just basically keep their assets on a specific blockchain for various reasons, for having more liquidity on a certain network, or gas fees is another thing. So and the and at the current stage of the blockchain, actually, there are natives of the chains. There are players that basically focus on a single chain and just doesn't even take a look on the other projects developing on other chains. So with this, actually, you are offering your game to the communities of multiple chains, and the best thing to do that is focusing on larger chains like Polygon, Avalanche, and maybe in future some other chains I don't want to name, but we all know the larger chains apart from these. So we are actually in discussion with them. We are still opening up the partnership opportunities with them. So in the near future, hopefully, we will have different blockchain integrations as well with Axelar. So once a player jumps into a game, they can get their rewards in multiple different chains, so they won't be limited to Avalanche or Polygon or any other chain, with the help of Axelar, which is, I think, one of the most important things in the blockchain is just having chains limiting users uh, in boundaries.
Hmm. Hmm. Awesome. So I guess, building on that, when designing this game, to kind of attract, as we've said, that Web3 kind of gaming, audience that are used to the Web2 experience, in terms of user experience, right? When you're designing the game, when you're designing the playthrough, the characters, what, you know, I guess what's your ethos? Like what's the kind of guiding principle? Is it user experience? Is it, what does that look like when you're building for users? What's kind of the most important thing that you have front of mind building out the game?
we are all players also when we are creating this game. And first of all, we wanted to make some something expendable. And we want, when you play games, they bring some expansions, and with that expansions, they bring you some more artwork and that kind of thing. So Eldarune is a 4 game mode with one story about one world, more than our hero. The world story is more important. And in here, of course, we have some problems in real life about nature, about what we did to the environment, or what we do to each other, what's right, what's wrong, the gray side, the black side, and the white side of the humankind. So we wanted to tell stories about it from our real life, from other games, from the books we read. We wanted to bring them uh, together uh, on a small book, and then we expanded it with the graphics, models, and the edit the animations, and we started to code it. So this is our story. This is our story of what we um, what we lived in this world. So this is a story. Of course, we are going to working with cars and living in apartments, and this world is different. This medieval thing is a little different. So we are showing those feelings inside of these quests, uh, inside of some cliches, but with a different story. So it's something like this. I can easily say it's gamer experience is we have injected inside this game, and for the expansion, we are going to listen our players. For example, okay, I bring the dragon, give dragon a story. So who has the NFT of it? He's going to tell about it. Of course, if he says this is a Twitter dragon or something like from this world, it's not going to work correctly. But if he says this dragon, for example, it's a old spaceman from, I don't know, some mountains, and he's going to add this story. We would like to add what they say inside the game.
Okay.
So what we develop is more than a game; it's a game factory. What we coded in here. So it will be very easy for add those things very fast. So people are not going to classically wait 2 years for an expansion come. It's not. It will be surprise. Since it's crypto, I cannot tell. For example,
Yeah.
this day I'm going to update it. No, I'm not going to tell it.
Yeah.
It will be a surprise. Maybe a season is going to. Hey, enough players played it. Go leave to the second part. It's going to be like this.
Awesome. Well, I think we've gotten that's all the questions that I've got from my end, and we're just kind of coming up on the 45-minute mark. So, oh yeah, that was the last. Yeah, so you got the last question there in the chat. But yeah, so I want to say, first of all, thank you for for doing the playthrough, for answering all the questions, for kind of giving us some really great insight into the game, what's coming next. Is there anything that that you want to end on? Anything that you want to say, that you want to kind of any next steps that people who are really excited about the game can go do or can follow through with?
Oh yeah, I mean, just to wrap up, we are trying to build a. I mean, there are some comments here. I can see what's the game like, and we are trying to build a genuine gameplay experience, and we are still building it. It's a slow process, but we are taking our time to make it perfect. And I hope to see you all when we are with more developments like new game mode releases and full launch by the end of this year.
Awesome.
And
Well, oh, there we go. Sorry.
you can always ask questions through our socials, and we are always eager to answer them openly.
Perfect. Yeah, and we'll drop all the links to all the Eldarune socials in our Discord. Because after the stream, the comments don't get uploaded. So anyone who's looking for links, we'll put them in the Discord so that they're there and they don't get lost after the live ends. But thank you guys again for coming on. Really great to have you for our second gaming demo night here at Axelar. And yeah, it's I guess good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Have a good day, and thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kate.
for your accepting us here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.